I'm just curious, as the sort of the third wheel in this friendship right now, do you think that you have to sort of convince them to be friends with you individually? Like, do you have to talk to Katie individually and Stassi individually? Or do you think it's like you get Stassi, you get Katie?
I think right now, I mean, there's no convincing. I don't even know what I want at this point, especially watching the episodes back. That's kind of, I think, I know Stassi has said this publicly too, and I don't know how Katie feels, but for me, I've said from the beginning of season 8 that I'm going to watch with the rest of the viewers to try to figure out, like, so this is about Carter. Okay, now it's not about Carter. So then what is it about? And I'm still not sure because it feels that the narrative is ever changing as each episode passes by as to what this giant, massive friend breakup could be about. But so therefore I'm not in the business of convincing anyone. If you don't want me, then I don't want you. Like, I don't want to be with anyone that doesn't want me. But if we were to sit down and have a very transparent conversation, I think it's very important to treat it completely separately. And they probably have the same views because they've stuck by each other, but I would rather have 2 separate conversations than 2 against 1.
Well, in the episode, Stassi told Beau that he wasn't letting her outgrow your friendship. Have you outgrown your friendship with Stassi at this point in your life?
I may have. I mean, I haven't had a friendship with her in so long now at this point. It's been close to a year, like 9 months or so, that we haven't had a healthy friendship. And yeah, I may have. I remember something that she said in the beginning of the season to Lisa about, like, how do you stay friends with someone who isn't growing when you're growing? And I was like, God, I feel the same way. How interesting is that?
Well, I mean, you know, you sort of can be different people at the start of a friendship than at the end of the friendship. So you guys gotta have to kind of grow together. But in your heart of hearts, with all of your experience with Katie and Stassi, I mean, is there any way in your mind you see things going back to the way they were, or do you think that things have just changed irreparably and permanently?
I mean, I try not to live in absolutes because that's something that I did for a very, very long time. It was like, oh, we're broken up forever. Oh, I'm never going to talk to this person. And I don't like to live that way anymore. And I also am trying to remember that what I'm watching on TV right now was filmed last year, the same way that I want people to understand the way that I was filmed last summer.
Right.
But it doesn't feel like they feel any differently than they felt then. So as far as us, you know, redeveloping a friendship, I would like to give it a chance because I think that we have all grown in different ways, but I don't want what we had. I would like something new and different. I would like better communication. I would like to not be shamed for, like, being who I am because I really love who I am.
And good for you. You should love yourself. I'm curious into your feelings about Beau with this, right? Because you were the one to actually introduce Beau and Stassi. So you've played a part
to take credit for that.
Yeah, of course. But, you know, Beau was a big part of this because you were friends with him first. However, you know, he's feeling the pressure and he's engaged to Stassi now of distancing himself from you. Do you think that Beau should stick up for the friendship, or do you understand him siding with his better half in this point over you? How do you come across with this?
I mean, I feel both sides. I like, again, this is all in hindsight and watching it back. And I do think that Beau is a really great man and a really great boyfriend, now fiance, to Stassi, for just saying, like, at the end of the day, you are my number one.
Right.
I've never said she shouldn't be his number one. What I said, especially, it was like a few episodes back when he said, she's all I care about.
Yeah.
And that was, like, for me, a trigger where I'm going, but don't lose yourself. And it wasn't about Stassi. It was just like, Beau, don't lose you in the midst of all of this. And I commend him for putting her first. I think she has a right to say, like, this is my most important person, and, you know, it should be vice versa. But then again, watching this past episode at the wine party, for Stassi to be bringing up all this past with Jax just, like, threw me through a loop. Because if you were able to forgive me then and you're claiming that you're now holding on to this 7 years later, I don't buy it. Right. I think it's better I would wish that Stassi would have just said, look, I'm being selfish and you're my boyfriend and this is how I feel. And don't throw it back to something that I was convinced that we were far over.
Right. Well, I mean, we kind of see, you know, how You are with Beau. How are you with Schwartz from the Katie aspect? Are you and Schwartz still friends? Like,
Yeah, Schwartz and I are good. I mean, there have been times since the wrap of season 8 that he's like had, you know, people over or friends over, and I get the text from him straight away being like, Doute, I'm really sorry. I really want you to be a part of this, but it is what it is. And it sucks, but I get it, because it would just be awkward. And we have been in big group settings together for Britney's birthday or for the Super Bowl, and supporting like Jackson Bow throwing that Bravo party and different things like that where we're cordial. The girls and I are cordial and kind and say hello, but it's awkward.
I imagine it would be awkward as all hell, but I'm curious, you know, you've had your ups and downs with Lisa Vanderpump, and now this season, we sort of see her sticking up for you in a little bit of way. You know, we see her that you think, you know, you should be at Stassi's big proposal since you've been together from the very beginning. Is there any chance we'll see an appearance of that happening with you being at her proposal? And number 2, how do you feel watching Lisa Vanderpump kind of stick up for you?
I mean, I think at this point, I don't want to give away the episode, but everyone kind of just knows because it's pretty public. I was eventually not invited or uninvited. In a sense, you'll see kind of how that plays out next week. But as far as Lisa, I think I saw Lisa softening a lot this season. And I think that Lisa had gone through so much, whether it be the Housewives drama or not, but like with her own family, like she had so much on her plate. And I think it softened her, to me and to a lot of people, especially to me though, and just saying like, wow, I can't, you know, imagine that you're going through something. And I like bow down with appreciation that she was able to take a, you know, step aside to like the Kristen that she's not been able to stand for so long.
Yeah.
Or that she wanted to strangle. And she said so many kind words about the way that I treated Stassi. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was kind of nice to see that turn and back on your side again of things. You know, you absolutely deserved it. And you've been through such a journey yourself. Kristen, I cannot wait to read your book. Thank you so much for coming on and chatting with me today. You know I love you, girl.
I love you too.
Guys, watch Vanderpump Rules Tuesdays at 9, 8 Central on Bravo. A lot of drama still to come on that season. And don't forget to pre-order Kristen's book, He's Making You Crazy, coming out June 2nd, 2020, which is Andy Cohen's birthday. So you know that's a very good day, Kristen. That's amazing.